Masatu ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityor ma amritangamaya avirabir maidhi rudro yatte dakshinam mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are back to reading our Shanti Gita, the Song of Peace. And we are discussing about the nature of a person of realization. Arjuna put that question, that how these realized people, souls, move around and behave. How they eat, how they sleep. In the Bhagavad Gita also he has said the same question. Here also, and also says what is the responsibility, king kartabbam, what is the duty of a realized soul. We have duties in life, but what about the duty of a realized soul? So that was the question. And then here Bhagavan Krishna said in the previous verses that they have no karma, because they have done with the karma. There is no trace of karma even. As a result, you cannot put this question, because they live in the state of inaction. Though their body functions, but they think they are not working. Therefore, their result of their action does not affect them. And what the action you see that they are doing through the body, sarire sutijat karma, bhāvatītasya, you are seeing that he is doing. Ramakrishna is walking, going to Calcutta, Vivekananda coming here, in the stage of Chicago, lecturing, and doing to New York this way, that way, question answer, all these things. That all this karma you see that he is doing, that is due to ahankara sahabhasa karta bhukta to karma. Ahankarasya, it is reflected in that ego, and that is the karta. He is thinking, I. And you also, you see the karma, but they don't think they are doing any karma. And even if they work, Bicharati Grihakarje, last time we read, March 8, Bicharati Grihakarje, if they are roaming around in their day-to-day, engaged in their chore works, in the household activities, household work, takto deho vimano. They have given up their abhiman, identity, sense of identity with deha, body. Viharati janasange. They may be traveling or they may be interacting with huge amount of people and behaving loko jatra anurupam. They behave like that of us, as the normal other people's behavior. They are found to do like the same way. And they are like pavanair bihari. They are like wind. Wind moves around. It sometimes get bad, foul smell, good smell, they carry. But it does not get attached to the wind. Wind remains always unaffected. But people say, oh, this is bad smell. People say, but the wind does not get bad, or wind does not get fragrant. Always being there, at the same time detached. Being there, detached. Vilasati nijarupe, and they live in their own divine self. They remain in their own self. Tattavid abhyaktalinga. They are knowers of truth. They are abhyaktalinga. That means there is no sign of anything, sign of their external signs, there is nothing as such. That means it is very difficult to understand from outside a person who is a realized soul, because they behave like us, they talk like us, they move like us, and they are found sometimes with this, like the wind carrying the fragrance or the foul things. Sometimes they may appear like that, but as ever, never, wind never gets associated with the fragrance, though it carries it. Similarly, the holy people, the people of realization, they are found to be angry, to be behaving on all types of behavior like Janasangha, in the association with the masses, people. But they are ever detached from everything, like the wind. So manifesting in a human form, the knower of truth roams around in his own self. He renounces his body identity. He carries out household chores and enjoys himself in the company of the people. They saw that they are talking to people, interacting with the people. And they are conforming to the social customs. They also eat, they also sleep, they also behave, they also interact like a gentleman behaving with a gentleman. But being absorbed in his real nature, he or she, like the breeze, sports around, being free from passion, attachment and similar such defects. So, like the breeze, they sports around. They just for fun, they live around, but they have no inner attachment, there is no inner passion, such defects. So this is the idea about Brahmagyanis. That discussion continues. Today we will read the verse number 11. 11 verse says, lakṣaṇaṃ kiṃ te vakṣyāmi, lakṣaṇaṃ kiṃ te vakṣyāmi, svabhāvataḥ vilakṣaṇaḥ, svabhāvataḥ vilakṣaṇaḥ, bhāvātītasya ko bhāvaḥ, bhāvātītasya ko bhāvaḥ, kiṃ alakṣyasya lakṣaṇam, kiṃ alakṣyasya lakṣaṇam. So lakṣaṇaṃ kiṃ te vakṣyāmi. Lakṣaṇam is the sign. What sign? What shall I talk about the sign? What sign to you? Vakṣyāmi, I shall say. What shall I say to you about the sign of the knower of truth? Svabhāvataḥ. He is beyond lakṣaṇ, beyond any sign. He who is beyond sign, how can I describe you what sign he has? Who has no head, how shall I describe how his head is beautiful or his head is very nice? Headless person, how can I describe the head? How is the head of that person? So he has no sign. How can I describe of him having any sign? So there is no sign because he is beyond sign. So don't think that we can describe by any sign. Oh, he will be specifically like this or specifically like that. No, you cannot say that. So, bhāvatītasya. Bhava means attitude. Bhava means moods. He is beyond all moods. How can I describe what mood he carries? You are asking about a knower of truth. What mood he lives on? what mood he carries on, or what is the sign of him. He has no sign. How can I describe his sign? He is beyond all moods and attitudes. So how can I say he is in this mood? He is in the mood of anger, or he is in the mood of... No, he is in the mood of this moment. He may be in one mood. Ramakrishna. How many moods he used to stay whole day? Morning maybe he is clapping his hand around the pictures of gods and goddesses in his room and saying Kali, 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 singing some Kali song. At 9 o'clock I find that he is absorbed in Krishna, 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 and singing and dancing. It's a different mood. Next one, Pandit comes immediately talking about Advaita Vedanta, the non-dual reality. So what mood shall I talk about him? He has no specific mood. He is beyond all moods. But sometimes he lives in different mental attitudes. That's the moods. So you cannot put any question like that, a holy man's behavior, to be specifically mentioned. In other scriptures also, that they say, sometimes he looks, Ramakrishna said, he looks like a child mood. Sometimes he will be like a Jnani mood. Sometimes he will be like a Bhakta mood. Sometimes like a mad person, mood of a mad person, no? Their behavior is so unusual. Sometimes he may be a dirty, smearing dirt and ashes around and not clean. So sometimes they may live like that, jara, sometimes in that. So you cannot just ask me about what is mood. Therefore, this translation goes, the 11th verse, that what shall I talk to you or tell you about the signs of the person who is by nature, by his own nature, devoid of any specific characteristic, or of the state of the person who has transcended all mental states. He has gone beyond the mind and all the moods. Actually, he is in Satchidananda self, which is beyond all moods. When he is in the moods, he is in the level of the mind. And even in the mind, there are various types of moods. Some, for us, ordinary people, he may be a devotional person, someone may be a knowledgeable person, someone may be a meditative person. These are called the moods of meditation, moods of philosophical inquiry, moods of bhakti, moods, karma. This may be, he is in the mood of doing karma now. But a Brahmajnani does karma, but it is, you cannot classify him in a particular mood. He is beyond mood. He lives mostly in the state. Now, 12th verse. Viharet vividhair bhāvai, viharet vividhair bhāvai, bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ, bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ, sarvācārān atītaḥ, sarvācārān atītaḥ, nānācārais caret yatiḥ, nānācārais caret yatiḥ. Viharet vividhair bhāvai. Viharet vividhair bhāvai. They live in two moods. Viharet roams about vividhair, varied bhāvai. Viharet vividhair bhāvai, dividhana. Dividha means two. Vividha means many. Vividha, many. So he moves in various moods. Viharet means moving. Vividhair means varied, many. Bhāvāir means mood. And he himself, bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ. He is minus, or he is beyond bhava and abhava. Bhava means mood and non-mood. You cannot classify he is a moody person, or you cannot say he is a non-moody person, because he is beyond the moods and non-moody. So bhava, moods, and bhāvābhāva, what is it? Bereft of the intention or non-intention. Bhava means mood, also intention. You look at him, he is doing something. We do with some intention. But they don't do any intention. So, intention or non-intention, you cannot classify in either of these things. They are beyond intention and non-intention, moods and varied types of. Though, the monk, he is beyond all this bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ. He is beyond the bhava and abhava. That means mood and beyond mood, or intention or non-intention.
Intention and non-intention, could you clarify?
Intention means you do some work with intention, with wish. I am doing this. People will say, good, that you are good. Or I am doing this to get praise from other people, or to have some wisdom, knowledge. Anything we do with some intention, wish is behind it. No intention. Normally, we go from intention to non-intention. We do with some desire, and we learn, no desire. I don't do it with any purpose, any motive. Any motive, intention, the same thing. So you do that. But no. Even now, non-intention is not. I am beyond all. Neither intention, I intend to do anything, neither I non-intend to do anything. That means they cannot be described in any category. Vivarjita means which is bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ. Vivarjita means minus, or bereft of, or bereft of. Bereft of intention and non-intention. That means they have no intention. You cannot say, put them in that category. These are the people who have no intention. They do only. That's true, but no. They have no non-intention also. Because intention, if you say there is non-intention, opposite word. If you say I love you, that means you hate also. Because there is the opposite one, in duality. Maybe less, zero. But similarly, you cannot say that it is vivarjita, bereft of intention, then you have a non-intention. The Brahman is beyond any intention or non-intention. Beyond bad or good. Good and bad. Bad is bad. We want to do good. But no, Brahmajnani is not good. Brahmajnani is beyond good also. We say, I am pure, this is impure. But Brahmajnani is pure or impure. Certainly he is not impure, he is pure. But no, he is not even pure, beyond purity. We cannot say what is he, as we cannot say what is Brahman. So Brahmajnani also, what is he, we cannot say. This is beyond all words. Bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ sarvācārān. He conducts all types of conducts he does. Atītaḥ, but he is beyond all. Atītaḥ. So, nānācārais, in different, diverse types of conducts. Caret, jyoti, monk. Jyoti means monk, or a realized soul. Caret means moves around. or behaves like that. So the meaning is that monk who is beyond all types of worldly customs and wanders around with various temperaments, being bereft sometimes sentiments or feelings of intention and non-intention. They behave in various ways. When they live in the body, they behave various ways. But they are beyond all worldly customs and intentions. They roam around in the world with various moods and temperaments, but being beyond all sentiments or all temperaments. That means we cannot classify them with any specific behavior pattern. Normally we ourselves can be categorically put. We say that, oh, he is an angry guy, oh, he is a very moody person. And people talk about us, no? But for Brahmogyanis, you cannot say like that. This type of monk who is detached from everything, whatever they do, they just follow the norms of life other people are doing. They follow that. And they eat, sleep, do, talk. But they work, they also work. But it's like a child. The best example is the child. Child is doing big job, no? When he is busy with his tools. How serious is that? The whole world is there. But actually, is he any intention? Is he thinking that this house will be there, I will live here, and I will permanently... 2 minutes, mood comes and goes to the another. They throw away that structure what he has built up, no, with the tools. So similarly, Brahmogyani does something, and the next moment they just give up without any motive or intention. So therefore, viharet, they will roam around, vividhair in various types of attitudes, being bhāvābhāva-vivarjitaḥ, being bereft of intention and non-intention. Sarvācārān, they are beyond all achara and conduct. But at the same time, nānācārais, caret. But in the same time, they are found to be active in different types of behavior, different types of actions. That is the duty. So, these can be found in the life of Ramakrishna very dominantly, and also the lives of other, Bhaskarananda in the Benares, that Swami was there, Trailanga Swami was in the Benares. They are all realized souls. But their behavior, conduct, you will look at like that us, but they are not there. They are always in the state of consciousness. So we cannot categorize them in any way. How they live them? They live, 13th verse talks about how they live. It says, prārabdhair niyate dehaḥ, prārabdhair niyate dehaḥ, kañcukaṃ pavanair yathā, kañcukaṃ pavanair yathā, bhoge niyojyate kāle, bhoge niyojyate kāle, yathā-yogyaṃ śarīrakam, yathā-yogyaṃ śarīrakam. Prārabdhair niyate dehaḥ. They know the dehaḥ means body. Niyate is carried out by the impulse of prārabdha. You know 3 types of karma. One is prārabdha, one is kriyaman. Prārabdha is the impulse through which this body is now going. You throw a stone. When you throw the stone, so you decide which angle, how forcefully you throw it, and how big is the stone. No? See, if you want throw, now after it is out of your hand, the stone moves. Apparently there is no force, no one is pushing him, go, 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 go. But there is a force given here, and it carries till the stone drops someplace. No? This life is called prārabdha, by the karma, accumulated karma of our past life. A last thought came, and one thought is now trying to manifest in this life. The trajectory is now taking me this way, it is going on. In our life, it's called prārabdha. You have no control over there. You can adjust in the middle of the journey, you can say, hey, stone, hey, don't hit that, come this way. No, it will not do, because it's already direction and force has been added to that. So our karma, past lives, intention, has already given a direction to this body. So prārabdha, you cannot do anything. Whether you are an ignorant person or you are a person of wisdom and knowledge, you cannot do anything with. But you can kriyaman. Kriyaman is what you are doing now. What was prārabdha, but in your journey you find some fire and put your finger in the fire. Your finger will burn. Kriyaman, what you are doing now, it is also creating you suffering and joy, pleasure or pain. And also it is happening, it is creating new momentum. It is creating you a new momentum. So what will be the future life? And another is called sanchita. Sanchita means collected. What is in my own stock? Infinite number of stock of my karma is there. So three types of karma, and these types of karma are all cause of our suffering. So here he says, this body, as we are ignorant people, as we live in the life, we are propelled by force. That's why we say, how much you tell somebody to change anything, unless he wants, he cannot change. Even he wants or she wants, no. When you say, someone you want to tell somebody, good or bad, no one will listen, because his sanskara will force him. His prārabdha, his past life's impact will push him. All schools, colleges teaches us how to live a life of honesty, purity, truthfulness, is it not? All the religions teach. But what is the net result in the world? Putin is less educated person, or the big guys who are creating all the trouble all over the world, they are less educated people. They do not know what good, bad. No, they are so ignorant. But you cannot say that they can change that track. Duryodhana said the same way, Janami dharmam, I know what is righteousness. What one should do, I should do. I know that. Nachame pravitti. I have no interest in that, to follow that path. And janami adharmam. I know what is bad, what is not good conduct, what is not righteous living. I know that. But nachame nivritti. I cannot stop that inclination. I cannot withdraw my mind from that side. So what can I do? That is our condition. That's why even who are struggling to do meditation, do prayer, how much times we do, but still why are you failing? Because prārabdha is so strong. But we can conquer that, of course, otherwise how the Brahmagyan is come. That is the internal struggle. They change it. But it needs rigorous, sincere effort, no? Latu Maharaj's life we are reading. How intense, how rigorous spiritual practice he did. Because of that, he has changed this internal attitude of everything. The body goes on, the car, but your intention will change, your attitude will change. So here he said, prārabdhair nīyate dehaḥ. We find that a knower of truth, a sage or a yogi, whoever has attained the illumination, their body is niyate, is caret by prārabdha, by their past life's action.
But according to prārabdha, if that person is having a weak body, how can that person use that body for attaining bhāvātītasya or sadhana? Because
Weak body, true, that will be an obstacle. But with weak body, they are doing so many things. Same weak body, but they are doing so many things. They will also do sadhana. Ramakrishna was a strong body, but when he was sick, he didn't give up sadhana. So that is the point, that is true, it is an obstacle. Prārabdha you cannot change, that's a physical thing, mental thing, tendency. But yes, you can change mentally by changing the thought process. That's the sadhana. Otherwise, what the spiritual life? We are all doing what? Or why we are studying this? It is changing our thought process.
sickness of mind also.
Sickness of mind, sick people cannot be spiritual. Sick in body, they can do something. But sick in mind, they are not very difficult, because to carry on spiritual practice, they will disturb their brain. And they find that's why they see hallucination. They say, I am seeing Makaliya is coming, this coming, that coming. It may come, but it is hallucinating. That to be strong in mind, our spiritual practice can do that. Mind can be made strong. Weak person physically, Premesa Ananda Maharaj was weak, very weak physically, but see a spirituality inside, no. So that is, in our monastic order, we have seen many sadhus. They are physically very sick, but spiritually they have advanced much. So it is a practice they can do. That's the, otherwise there is no hope. Prārabdha is taking us everywhere, so we are helpless.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If the prārabdha is giving me the weak mind, then what is my goal?
Then they will go on with weak. Then your good fortune will come, then someone will lift you up. That's your also within the prārabdha karma is there, hidden. But God has given us, that question comes again and again. God has given us certain range of freedom. Shastra says, kartum, akartum, va annatha kartum. I can do this, I can read this, I can give up this and go and chit-chat. I can do some dancing, singing. Or I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I can go meditate. So we have our option, little freedom is there. Not total freedom, but you can eat now, you say, no, I will not eat. Okay, you have this freedom. I will eat next time. I don't give and then don't eat. Okay, no, don't eat. So these are within our range, we can do certain thing up to certain limit. So that we are talking about, that can change our character. But actually, we are propelled by the past momentum. We are all helpless in most of the places. That's why Holy Mother didn't give much advice to anyone, unless called for. Because she knew that nothing will change. If I say, hey, don't do that, and if suppose you want to do that, first politely you will say, okay, and then do it. not do it. And then again, if I say second time, ki, the anger will come, revolt will come. So, you cannot change the nature unless the person, as I should change my nature. So their prārabdha though are guiding me in one direction, but I am trying to reform myself.
What do you feel like surrender?
So surrender is a good, that's also a power. Surrendering the mind is not easy. That is, a mature mind can do that. That is spiritual practice. But my point is that saying somebody to change, it does not happen. Unless that person understands it and wants to change himself or herself. So, prārabdhair niyate deho. Therefore, their body is carried on by prārabdha. The sadhus, those who have realized, their body, like us, carried by prārabdha. What is the example? It is like kañcukaṃ pavanair yathā. Kañcukaṃ means কি বলে, it is piece of garment, it's a piece of cloth, or sometimes we call slough. The snake when gives up the external skin, the wind comes and it blows away. Better example, a piece of cloth, you keep it, the wind comes and it blows away. Exactly like that, this life is being blown away by some force that is called the prārabdha. Brahma-jnani also, their life is blown away. That's why it is said, when once you realize God, you become a jivan mukta, when your body, you will die physical death, that is the time you will never be born again. Prārabdha is also destroyed. Prārabdha karma, the impact of the past life which is now going on, the trajectory is ending. At that point, it drops. There is no more impetus.
What about the sanchita karma?
Sanchita karma, yeah, sanchita means accumulated I have infinite number of karma in our stock, everyone's stock. If some few karma's impact is this life, one desire, I shall go to New York, I give the example, and then comes all the troubles from purchasing ticket, then going to the airport, then jam, and then what you call the security get blocked and plane has left, the plane is cancelled. All this trouble you take because one desire. You didn't say, I will be in the traffic jam. That was not your target. Target was, I will go to New York. Similarly, one desire has brought it. And so many desires are there in my stock. So when you realize God, with the wisdom of knowledge, it destroys all the past karma. They give the example, exactly hunter. Hunter is carrying so many arrows in his quiver. And he has taken out one and he has now targeted it, and this is out of his hand. This is this present life going on. It will hit, it will die somewhere, okay? But what about this? Now the same hunter, he says, why I kill animals and birds, no? I should not. And he says, throw away, detachment, renunciation. When the renunciation comes, detachment comes, then all the bag of arrows are thrown away. So it has no effect on your life. This is dropped, and you realize, already you have realized God, and when it drops, then you are perfectly established in your, there is no impetus of any karma to push you. That is the state of akarma, that we are. So, prārabdha, so you see their body is going on. but it is like in the wind, blast of wind, carrying a piece of cloth. Piece of cloth has no freedom. The wind blows and it moves in that direction. So life is like a inert subject to them, is carried by the physical nature. Bhoge niyojyate kāle, and that body in time gets attached to the body. Why? To eat something, to talk something. Ramakrishna is standing in his spiritual mood, but when he comes down occasionally, and then he sits, he has his lunch, he had his supper also, no? So, taking some prasad, Ma Kali's prasad coming. So he does all these things as if fashioned suitably. At the time comes, the experience of suffering and pleasure, they come in the life, no? They are seen to be performing those actions. So he says, bhoge niyojyate kāle, yathā-yogyaṃ śarīrakam. What he said, kāle in time, yathā-yogyaṃ as suitable, śarīrakam of the body, the bhoge, the experience. So they engage sometimes in the body, use the body for eating and sleeping, for maintaining the body. So that is the state of a Brahmajnani. Have you any question? Okay. Prārabdhair niyate dehaḥ. So the translation goes, the subtle body is carried away by the actions of the past life. Just like a piece of cloth is blown away by the wind. This body dies, okay? What will happen? The subtle body will be carried away if not, one has not realized the truth. But realizing the truth, you will find that after Brahmajnana, they are in the body, they are eating, they are sleeping, they are talking, but their body is being carried by divine will. That is called prārabdhair here. Past life, they carried away by the actions of the past life, just like a piece of cloth that is blown away by the wind. That body, in time, is suitably fashioned to experience suffering, enjoyment based on the prārabdha.
So they're still going to experience suffering, joy, but they're not attached to it.
Yeah, right.
And what about when the body drops? What happens to the subtle body?
And when the body, no, the subtle body, the identity of the subtle body gone, the ego body gone. So naturally the realization means what? At the point of experience of the Brahman or Atman, at that point they are gone. But because the prārabdha machine was going on, they come back and add their connection into the body. But when that action of the prārabdha is zero, then already other things have gone. At the point of realization, what happens? Your body identity goes away, you are not the mind, you are not the ego, you are not the intellect. All these have been experienced at that time. So that knowledge is already there. But still, prārabdha, the machine is going on. So this person, like a wind blowing, they carries a piece of cloth. The prārabdha's impetus is carrying the body like that. And they eat, they sleep, they talk, they say. But as soon as it drops, because of that knowledge already there, it totally detaches from everything. So it becomes totally free. So, I'm reading again. The body is carried out by the actions of the past life. How? Just like a piece of cloth is blown away by the wind. The body in time is suitably fashioned to the experience, suffering and enjoyments based on prārabdha. Though you have realized God in this life, maybe at the age of 20, someone realizes some experience, someone at the 50, but his life still continues because he is living in the world. Say Brahmananda, say Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda in the Dakshineswar, in the Kashipur garden house, got the Nirvikalpa Samadhi when Ramakrishna was still alive. No? And after that experience, he went to Ramakrishna, then Ramakrishna said, "Oh, you are so long pestering on me for this, you got it now? Now you do my mother's work. And the key will be with me." Anyhow, meaning, what happened? Then he has the full knowledge. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means there is nothing lacking. But how from that time onward, till Swamiji passed away, did such tremendous activity all over the world? How? By God's will. It's prārabdha, like a wind blowing, the piece of cloth blows in any direction. He was an instrument, that's why he has no ego. He was in the body, but all zero, little ego is necessary, otherwise how he will talk, how he will interact. But major part is all clean. That's why occasionally in Thousand Island Park he is going to Samadhi. In the main, there was, Swamiji was under a pine tree and he lost his old consciousness. Thousand Island Park, he was sitting under the oak tree, totally lost himself, and the water came, the rain came and drenched, and he was oblivious of anything. And he was jokingly saying, "I am enjoying my Calcutta days rain." When I was a boy in Calcutta, we used to like getting wet into the rain. So, but he is in Samadhi. So, going to Samadhi and again coming back and working like as is connected with the body.
In his case, he's going to have to come back, right?
Huh?
In his case, he will come back.
Oh, that is God's will. That is God's will, and they come for the good of the world. That's a different mission. So that's also they are accepting the ignorance. Coming back means they are entering into the Maya. Not like we people, we are bound by Maya's power, but they have cleared it. But still, for the good of the world, positive Shakti, and they come back again to be born again and again. He said, "I will be born again and again," to remove the suffering of the people. If I can do something. Got to today. 15. Okay, then we end here, and tomorrow will be our gospel class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Only one question. Only one question. So we could have read something more. Only one question, so okay. Okay. So, question is that you are saying that when we say someone to change, they will not change unless they want to change themselves. If someone dear to us smokes or drinks, what should we do? Keep quiet? True. Yeah. Yes, that's true. We should say, we should tell, maybe that may work sometimes. His awakening comes and he internally thinks, no, it is not good. I should not do it. It is not bringing joy to me. it is not bringing good to anyone, so I should not do that. If that awareness by your request, by your words, it changes, then that will be good. But we should say that as a duty. Our duty should be to tell what is good, what is. But don't expect that he will listen to it. Don't expect that because you tell him or her, he or she will be just listening to you with much respect and love. Rather, they may be angry. And anger may get to stubbornness. In every life, stubbornness comes. Stubborn. If you say no, I am doing right thing, they will do more sometimes. So these are the realities. So but as a duty, lovingly, if we can say one time, two times, if it does not, it will not work. What can you do?
Usually life teaches them.
And no, not even sometimes they cannot give up, no. But anyhow, God knows when his own awakening will come, and then he will understand that. So, but as a person in a society, in the life, we have some responsibility. We should say this is not good. It is better if you can give up. See what is the consequence. Now suppose one is, as you have said, the someone is smokes or drinks. What happens? Smoking too much is injuring the lungs, and it sometimes is a pathetic breathing trouble, no? But that should be, someone should tell that is good, and someone friendly way, that works and my mind changes, then I can change it. But if I not, then I will not. Rather, if you say that, it's like a teenage boys. Look at that. Mom and dad tells anything, what happens? Reaction. Exceptional children will be one, but most of the children will not like. Mom tells too much. She wants to control me too much, dictates me too much. That's why when the college days comes, most of the teenage boys finishing the school, they want to be away, far away from mom and dad. At least I am seeing it, a regular experience. That as soon as the school is finished, entering into college, now adult, so go. The boys who are here go to the worst college in some other place in East Coast, and East Coast boy coming, not getting good chance in good house, but still comes over here. To be away. Parents are always dictating, don't do that, do this, do. Why? But when they see we mature, many of the people in our age, they say, oh, mom used to tell like that, I didn't listen to that. No, now I understand how lovingly they all used to guide us. No? So maturity comes after life's experience.
They say that prārabdha and kriyaman two are there, so Brahmacaris can distinguish that when they are going through some trouble, that this is happening because of prārabdha and this is happening because of kriyaman karma.
Kriyaman karma, they think everything God's will. After realizing God, they know that prārabdha is also under the realm of God. And every action done, thought, so everything is under the realm of Maya. Everything is under the realm of Shakti. So it is divine's power, mother's power. Ramakrishna, oh mother, why the hand has broken? Ma, cure it. So he is not thinking it is my prārabdha karma or it is my kriyaman karma. They are not in that language, but they know that every action, whatever happiness, misery, pleasure, pain, whatever is coming, that is all the will of God. So they, by that way, they become egoless. So body is blown away like a wind. The cloth is blown away. That example then. Jhore reto pata.
So they don't need to know whether it is because of...
They don't, that intellectual discussion does not come into their mind. They have established, they see the play of God's hand. everywhere hand of God. So that's why someone is, whatever is doing, even anyone is doing, it is without God's will. No. Everything is God's will. That's why it is difficult for us. So God is so, His will. What is going on in Ukraine? These people have done nothing. This is very difficult to analyze and say, passive remark. But in the eyes of Ramakrishna was here, he will be saying, Ma, tumhari ichha. Ma, your will, this is happening. And the killer and the killed, we are reading in the Gita. And the killer and the killed are the same. Tell who will hate whom, who will love whom. It's one appearing as many. So there are different insight comes, the third eye opens up. So they see the God's hand in everywhere. It is in a fun. Suppose you mean so many war pictures in the movie. So how much all documentaries, some documentary things are there, but many things are created. And in that some gets wounded, some gets hurt also in this play. But you know it is a fun, it is a play. For that part where hundreds of people were needed to complete that film, so they are really fun. Because they know that it is for money, it is for name, it is not for fame. Actor will be praised how he acted well, no? So that is God's will. They understand it is the play of the Lord, Lord's will. হয়ে গেছে? Nothing more? Another 2-3 minutes are there. Today everyone is satisfied, no question. So, if someone dear to us smokes or drinks, what should we do? Keep quiet? No. We should say, and you can say that your smoking is good, but second-hand smoking is killing me. So to give argument, to convince, and also your health is not good, and drinking, yes, if you drink, you cannot keep your own sanity, you forget yourself, and it creates disturbance in the whole environment, in the family. Why to do that? But nothing happens. So what will be the rescue there? What will be the step? I do not know what will be the step.
God's name.
God's
God's name.
name. You can, but God's name, that means your simple language, you have to endure. What can you do? If you are trapped into a situation where you have no means to get out of it, very difficult. Talking about Brahman, Atman is one thing, but in life's real situation, if someone in the family is after that misbehaves or creates trouble for the children, for the wife and for the family, or for the husband, or for the... So it is a painful episode. And that gives us surrender to God. That gives us to find out some other means. So difficult, it's difficult. But prayer, as a spiritual people, if there is no other way, only prayer, prayer, prayer. And prayer for the person who is addicted, for him to pray also. So that, oh Lord, please change his mind. You can change his mind, that's all. As simple as that. Okay, so tomorrow we will be again in the gospel class at 7:30 evening. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Panamastu.